Alright, I'm streaming again to just record my programming, because I do a lot of programming, and I will be living in this file in another venue for the next few weeks, so I've got a lot to do, Alright. I've just been working on getting we just have a left-right going out into D and B amps, into 40Ds and a 5D for the main club area of this venue, and then I'm controlling. I think the output gain is probably the best way to do it, but just controlling the actual volumes to split up into left-right sub fill or left-right sub delay, and for a separate room. I'm just doing it with the D&B plugin. I'll be controlling the gain from here, basically. Got a whole bunch of monitoring set up and all this dumb shit going on, but makes it all worth it in the end. Alright, what are we up to? This file's laid out very similar to the other video I did. Just a lot more going on. There's video and data lighting control in this as well. Where did I get to? So that's right. I was doing a Lewis scripting thing. I'm fairly new to Lewis scripting, so this is just to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius with the TV temperature thingy. But I'm just trying to do it with best practices. Just to see if I can get these to increment properly. I do have another monitor set up to my left, but I'm not streaming it currently. Lua for loop. So this is I'm just reading through, seeing how I can get this to iterate. Look, for now, I know this works, doing it this way. I'll just get rid of my for loop and uncomment these out, and that works. Eventually I'll try to get a loop going on to do all of that, so it's a few less lines of code. But I know this works. All this is doing is TV control backend. It takes a temperature in at Fahrenheit and converts it out to Celsius. If it shows that -17, it means it's taken in 0, and then this ends up being -17 anyway. But yeah, I'm not very Lewis savvy, so it took me a little bit to even figure that out. So, but yeah, that's all just because the temperature here is in Fahrenheit, not Celsius, and I wanted monitoring in Celsius, in real person temperatures. Wicked. So that's looking good. I might get this second DNB amp happening now. Oh, I'm emulating, that's why. It'd be a bit of a mission, I dare say, to get to finish this file off, but it'll worth it in the end. That'll copy properly. Yeah, cool. DNB 40D2. I'm gonna rename all of these. D and B. I wish there was a way to iterate all of this. D2 channel A error text I know you can with the number at the end, but with the way that I like to lay things out, it does not work. Do channel C error text D and B to channel D error text. Basically what I have going on is this is the error text from here, which I think, I don't remember it actually comes up. It doesn't, oh yeah, it doesn't actually show here. But basically getting the error text and then checking that just into a status display, and then that goes over onto my other page here, just to show my diagnostics in one convenient location. Still on the back end, it's not in not going to be accessible by users. It's just for monitoring and saving. Well, I mean, I'm going to put a lot of this metering into the file anyway, but it's just not really needed to this extent, so I'll put a very dumbed down version of it in. To device error text, and then DNB to general error. DNB to in A1 level. DNB to in A2 level. We're only using the analog inputs for this, so I don't need to worry about the digital inputs or anything. D error. D and B to in A1 error. Oh, thank you very much.
I just have chicken.
I forgot to start my timer. I like to get paid for programming. Imagine that. Out A gain reduction, not G1 gain reduction. D and B to out A gain reduction. There you go. It's so worth going to this level of detail with your files. Like, it's tedious as, but it is so worth it for when you come back to it, and then you go, oh, that's right, I can, you know, something goes wrong, and instead of you know, as the programmer, having to, you know, answer phone calls and, you know, have to talk to people on, you know, how to fix the file, you can just say, look at the monitoring. You know, it'll give you pretty much everything there is possible to go wrong in one little section. So where are we at? We are headroom. D and B to out A head. Out B head. D and B to out C headroom. Also, with my color coding, when I'm dealing with channels or things in order, I always go RGBW. That looks like a Christmas tree at the moment, but it's just RGBW, so on and so forth. Just so I can look at it and go, oh, that's referring to channel 1, because I know it's red, and so it's obviously referring to it. Well, I can see that it's red, so it's yeah, obviously channel 2. Not channel A, you know what I mean. Channel 1. B, 2, out, C, OVL. I cannot spell today. Do out C OVL. There you go. B2 out D OVL. B2 online LED. D and B2 out A status. D and B2 out B status. D and B2 out C status. Fuck off. D and B2 out C status. B2 out D status. Cool. That should be all the bits. Oh, no, there you go. D and B2 status. I'll rename this to D and B. Yeah. 2. And 2. Lovely, and then I'll pull this over here. Clean this up a bit, then copy paste it, and copy all my controls over. Kind of like having the white here, so I might do this with send that to back, and send those to back. And even though I know this isn't, the actual UI, I'm trying to make it look nice. Follow all the design principles that I follow, just to to make sure. I don't want anyone to, basically I don't want anyone to have to ever ask me questions about how my files work. So I need to make it as neat. Whoopsie daisy. Need to make it as neat as possible. Nice. I don't think there's any other stuff I need on this now, so I might pull that in, and then I can move this underneath my vision. For those of you who haven't seen my any of the other live streams, this I always make a UCI control page on the back end, which is the entire club on one page for all monitoring, all buttons, everything. Just so you don't need to go, if there's an issue with the UI, you don't have to dig through all of these pages to find where to go. Everything is just on one page. Even though it doesn't look as pretty, it's like it just needs to be a spot to be able to refer to the entire the entire club. It's a bit better for a general overview. And also, if I want to make changes across the club on a phone call, I can just do it without having to load the UI. I just stay in the back end, and it's so much easier. Yeah. Where are we? I gotta finish the audio routing off at some point. It's there, but I just need to, we changed some IO around, so I need to go back and kind of redo a bit of it. Oh god, what am I looking for? Schematic pages. Audio backend. Yeah. Channel. It's the wrong one. This one. There we are. And device. My meters. So we have in A1, A2, A3, A4, and then we have out. That's a reduction first. Then just because you can't do gain reduction in the custom controls here, it's just a meter, and then over here I've made this meter type beat reduction. So same information, but it's a reduction meter type instead. Then we have headroom for the last ones, which is that. Cool, and then from there we have, let's have a bit more room. Okay, A1 in A1 error. And then we have overloads. And then we have a status. I think it's a bit of a double up. It's kind of unclear about how some of this what some of this is referring to, because we have an error text here for channel ABCD, but it doesn't actually say if that's in or out channel ABCD, or if it's, you know, between the in and out stage. And then we have our out status as well. And then yeah, it's just a bit confusing, but that's right. I'll once I'm actually plugged into the amps, I'll be able to see a bit more. But okay, then we need amp status goes there. LED goes here, and I couldn't route the IP address thing out to something. It doesn't have an output pin, so I just grabbed it from here. Which does mean that is a text box, so it could potentially be an issue. Lovely. One thing I realized I don't have in there is the power on and off, as well as the device like IDing. So I might have to add that in now too. Yeah, okay, I might grab a like elements, control, custom control. Might do it as a press and hold with an LED on the back. So we go press and hold. It's only going to be the long that gets wired up. So we go DNB1 power, and you're going to link there. Let's move all this down. DNB1 power. So I need to move all of that down. What I might do is make it in the top section. to there. Oh, great, because there's two. Do we? Alright, that means I can just move that whole thing down. And then we do that. There we go, that makes sense. Make it a bit bigger. There we go. I might do that even bigger again because I like my power buttons to be large. Okay. Next, the same thing that I've done here. Okay, so I have two things here, a button on top and then just an LED at the back. Technically just a toggle actually. So we can go that schematic elements, and we go toggle button, D and B1 power. Cool, so then that also goes to there. So I don't like the idea that if you press and hold it, like it may not link. So they can get out of sync because if it's doing the turn on and off procedure. See if there's something other information that we can output from it. Power, okay, that's what we're gonna do. And so this would be D and B1 power, okay. Cool, there we go. And then this toggle button comes this, and the press and hold is this. G'day. Hello. I think that's right. I'm not sure, sorry. When you do that, it comes on. Yeah, cool. When you highlight, it does that, and on that. Okay, cool, that should be good. I may nicked a short USB cable from you. If you need that, you can grab it. But
oh yeah, it's fine.
Okay. No, I've put that on the wrong side. Go. I might actually swap them around. I know it's negligible, but I like it. There we are. Into dish. Wicked. And then I'm just going to copy these down to here. A and B2. Oh, that's not right. I need those D and B to power D and B to power A. And there we go. Power status. Okay. There we go. D and B to power A. D and B to power. Yeah. And then across. So the actual power button needs to go to that. And the display goes to there. Wicked. In a on pretty sure some of these get combined in A2. Cool. That's all good. And then we'll have a 5. So that is a 40D, isn't it? Yeah, minimum for 5D as well. There. D and B, 5D. I'm not sure there's a way to collaborate on a file. Like have two people working on it, and then have someone else go in and while I'm doing it and work on all of the renaming everything. Make life easy. Bigger. There we go. D and B, 5D amp. Let's start by just reassigning everything. Address have to get status LED. That there is device general on 3, 4, and meters. We have my inputs first. I don't remember if it 5D has 4 in 4 out, but here we are. That is okay. And then we have my gain reduction. And then we have my output level. And from aesthetic in A1 onwards. And then we have oh, it's remapped. Renaming that later. It's pretty good. I've got on my division control besides my LED screen. Audio, I'm gonna have to make some calls about anyway. Audio monitoring, so amp monitoring is good so far. I do need my I/O monitoring for actual Q-Sys stuff, but I need to do that after I do my routing. Unallowed, I can't really do too much with at the moment because the I don't actually know what the how they've got it all set up yet. So I can do sweet fuck all. I do have it at least set up with selectors ready to go, so I can chuck it into the Dynalight gateway plug in. Might even just work on the UCI a little bit. To my monitoring. This isn't the final color scheme and everything. Tried working on one, but didn't quite work. I don't have any details about the color scheme from the people yet. I need to go home, get you 23115. I hate when Q-Sys does this. You bastard. It's like it's always going, yeah, okay. Gonna reload Q-Sys. Make sure that's going to... Monitoring, okay. That, there you go. Good looky. I'm gonna get some of those monitoring things in here is gonna be pretty intense. What I might do is divide it up into sections. So we might go Q-Sys, and it's gonna have some navigation from there. Q-Sys audio, DMB audio. Then we have light. We have black magic. TV. Philips. And then we have LED screens. Ooh. Yeah, then I'm gonna have to then go within navigation from here. So we'll make a new layer above everything. It's gonna be monitoring navigation. What I might do is on this home page, I'm gonna set up an error message thing. It's taken a lot of combining shit. But basically, so if there's any issues at all, it will show up saying error here. And you click on more, you go into here, then it'll have errors on individual things that you can see. Oh yeah, there's an error in Q-Sys audio, or so on and so forth. And then from there, you can then look at the individual channels and monitoring and everything. What I will do though is put monitoring for just the Q-Sys amps, like power for the amps basically, and the core and temperatures and things right here. Uh, 23. No, what was it? It was 2315. Very weird. So 28. That's very strange. Oh, it's 1.5. I must have 1.15, not 1.55. We'll do it. Actually, I might put this on the top instead. Move all this stuff down. There we go. Which means in my ECR controller now I need to add all my monitoring for the back end of Q-Sys. Okay. Okay. Q-Sys device monitoring. Right. Now we need to go to might actually add this as, oh, how do I do this? A few devices. I'll need to add the control points out of here. Oh no, because that's a. I have to do that, do I? Go inventory. Grab those. Sweet. Menu page. Q-Sys device backend. Common. I'd actually just drag all of this stuff in, because I can just, it kind of does everything I need anyway. Just make it look how I want it to. And then we'll go copy you, and back. Lovely. focus elsewhere. Yeah, we should go core, and then we go this. And then we'll drag this stuff in. That don't seem right. Good. Okay. Capacity tab. And what was it? Capacity fan. Right. That. Yeah. Go. And we have the ID button as well. Oh, and then we go that. Go network. Move this across. Okay, so network we have. Okay, go. Grandmaster, then we go current port. Okay. 2579. There we have Clockmaster. Offset. Parent. They don't seem the right height. Nope. It's because you guys. That we are. Doesn't seem quite right. I don't know why. So hide there you go. B16. I copied the wrong one. Okay, then we have each of do it this way. Yeah. Just center all of you a touch. Okay, there we go. And A. Nice, and then copy. Then I can that. I'll turn a bit more. And then I'll copy the whole thing. Like that. Lovely. And that can go. Okay, so it's the core set up. I need to get my GPIOs and stuff in there. So we have status. Yeah, simple. And then I'm pretty much doing the same thing for this. So you go across. You got ID. That. Then we have processor temp. UI active and then DC power are the last ones. EOE. Lovely. They're in. Guessing these are all going to be the same. Yeah. So that can go. At least copy this guy. So we go you, paste, and your IR. Right. ID. PoE power. Or PoE active. And DC power. Okay. Okay, that's off. Move that over. Okay, the network stuff. So we do clock, offset, remap, grandmaster. Oh, we have all of those actually. Import. All that stuff can go. Read down. So, chassis temp, chassis temp. Go chassis fan. Chassis temp goes there. Chassis fan goes there. Lovely. Cool, and that is my ML4i monitoring. Copy paste. Two. Right. That one there. Yeah. Put those down. Chassis. And chassis. Active. Oh, cool. And then just that last one. So we've got my Q-Sys device monitoring in there now. Cool. In there now. We're good. Okay. We're getting there. My IO monitoring now as well, which I'll do soon. might end up calling it there for today, because that is got a fair bit done before this stream as well. I'll the next few times I'm on here, my plan at least is to sort the audio I/O out now that that's been finalized, and I can finish the audio backend. No, so the audio routing page. Mainly just these sections here. Everything else is kind of done, but just those middle sections for the inputs really. Outputs I think are fine. And then set up monitoring for all of that here and make sure my control's working. One thing I want to add in, so currently all of these gains and mutes control value steppers and toggle buttons here, or mute buttons, that when you go into audio routing and then assign to the control pins of all my mixers for my the mics are the input gain and my outputs are mics the input gain, zone and zone volumes are or the outputs and mutes and gains here. But what I want to do is have the control here that goes on the UCI is the output levels, but I'm thinking I kind of want to have individual zone control, like a back-end thing here as well. So I might end up putting the input section, like this stuff, on there as well. So if we need to just drop an overall zone, instead of having to find its equivalent mixer, you can just do it here and drop the zone quickly. And then now by default, like that won't be saved for any presets or anything. That's the master for it that will come down. So if they go, oh, this zone overall is just too loud, or it's not, if we put everything at, at unity, it's unbalanced, I'll do the balancing there. Otherwise, everything else is kind of coming together. The big mission is going to be, we have a Blackmagic Video Hub 20x20, which controls all of the vision between other TVs. There is no Q-Sys plugin for it, so I have to code it with Lua, which is kind of why I got around that that basic Lua script here, just to get my head around operating Lua with Q-Sys. And then I will need to basically do a whole control, like network control of the Blackmagic devices, which there is documentation and manuals available from Blackmagic, which is nice, but I just haven't done it before, so it will take a little bit to get that going. But otherwise, I think everything else is fine. I know we are putting in Nova Star processors for the screen, LED screens that are going in, but I'm not sure if there's a plugin for that. I haven't actually looked into that yet, so we'll figure it out. Otherwise, that's it. Thanks for joining me.